Okay, we are almost done with our character. So what what I did next is I created these shoes. So really easy. All I started off with was over here. I started off with a box. Okay, create panel, and created a box. Then I just went and selected the edge at the bottom, inset that a little bit, and just extruded that out a few times. Okay, just so I get that look. Then all I did was I just selected the sides of the box, and then just went and extruded that out, and then just started to shape it that way. Okay, so easy, extrude it out, take the vertices, adjust it a little bit just to get a shape like that. Then the next thing that I did was once I had all of once I had the overall shape done, I selected these polygons where the feet where the foot needs to go into the shoe. Selected these polygons, the ones over there, inset that a little bit, and just extruded that in just to show you. I'll just pull this out. Okay, so I just selected those polygons over there and just extruded that in. So I didn't bother going selecting those ones and extruding them in, okay, because you're not really going to see that, so I don't need to worry too much about that because this character is going to have a shoe on the entire time. Okay, then that's it. That's creating a shoe, so it's relatively easy. Then the only thing that I did was with edge mode, I went and selected all of these edges. Okay, and I did something called crease. I used something called crease. So if you take a look with edge mode, you see here edge properties, you have weight and you have crease. So by default this will be set to 0. So this is basically what I had. Okay, so all I did was just selected that edge over there and just upped the crease to about 1. Okay, that's as far as it can go anyway. And then just look at what that does. So just flattened it out, which looks pretty good. And then I actually did the same over here. Okay, I also bump up the crease because it looked weird. I don't know why I did it. Actually didn't need to do it, but that's fine. So actually what I forgot to do, I need to go and cap that quickly. There we go. And that's solid. Okay, and that's basically creating a shoe. So I'm gonna show you quickly. This was like my very first character that I made in 3ds Max. So take off the turbo smooth. So this is just a different kind of shoe that I made. So this basically started off as one big box. Okay, so I had the box more or less up to there, and then I just went again vertex mode, shaped it out, took these ones and again shaped them a little bit, and the ones here on top I just inset that, extrude it up, inset, extrude it up, change the vertices, select these polygons, inset and extrude it up, and that's basically just what I did with that shoe. So this is more like a boot type thing. Okay, and there's it with turbo smooth applied. Okay, so it's easy. You take a box, you add a bunch of segments, not too much. Okay, always try and keep your segments for anything you model as low as possible. But then it's just a matter of just playing with the vertices, extruding of something here, etc., etc. So relatively easy to create. So once you have your shoe finished, I'm going to go to my front view and I'm going to hold down shift in my x-axis, and I'm just going to push that over just like that. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to make an instance, not a copy but an instance. Okay, so I'm going to show you now why you need to do that. Just position this. Okay. So the reason why you make it an instance instead of a copy is because, let's say for example, okay, also what I did to the shoe was I added turbo smooth as well. Okay, if you make that a little bit more round. So what you can see is I selected this one, and now if we go to editable poly, and for example let's go to vertex mode, you'll see that all of them will select. So now if I select these ones and pull them forward, that you can see now that the other one will change as well. So this is why you will convert it into a not convert it. When you make a copy, you make an instance. So if you see something, maybe I want to take this point over here and just bring that out just a little bit, just to give that some more shape. Take this one, just bring that out just to give that some more shape as well. Then it will change. Okay, so that is creating shoes. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to put some clothes on. So what I want to do is, so with this character over here, she's going to be wearing a skirt. Okay, so I'm going to be creating that in between lessons. Okay, so I'll create that in between lessons and just explain to you how I did that. But what I think with most of you that I saw in my class is most of you, your characters actually have pants on. So I'm going to quickly show you how you can do that. So I'm going to go to editable poly mode and go to polygon. Okay, I'm going to go to my front view and I'm just going to select, so from the leg over here where the pants needs to go. So that's fine. Okay, and I'm just going to hold down control and just click and drag to where the pants need to go. So for example, let's say the pants goes up to here. I'm just going to select all those, hit F3, just make sure I have everything I need. Okay, so all you need to do is the following. So with that selected, what I usually do is either my X axis or the Y axis, doesn't really matter. I'm just going to hold down shift and just drag up a little bit. Okay, just so I can go clone to objects. I'm going to go and make this a separate object. Okay, so clone to object and click OK. I'll deselect here and then select the pants that I just made. And okay, what you'll also notice is my axis is now on top over here, so I'm just going to quickly change that, and that's in the hierarchy panel, and then I'll go effect pivot only and then center to object and then deselect effect pivot only. So back in my front view, I'll select my Y axis over select my Y axis, and I'm just going to just drag this down to where it was, more or less. Right. Okay, something like that. So the next thing that I'm going to do is apply a shell modifier. So my modifier list, I'll type in SH and I should get to shell. I'll hit enter. Okay, so I already messed around with these values a little bit, so let me just go and change this to the values that it'll give you. So it should give you something like that. So pants are quite thick. Okay, not really what we want. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is just take my outer amount, just bring that down a little bit. Okay, just to give that some thickness. And what I'm also going to do is take my inner amount and also just bring that up. Okay, just so it goes into the skin. Okay, and so something like that. Okay, more or less. I'm happy with that. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to isolate this. So click on this little icon over here, and that'll isolate that, so remove everything else. So with that, I'm going to right click and convert that into an editable poly, and what that'll do is it'll keep my shell. Okay, so it'll get rid of that in my modifier stack, but it'll keep it applied to my leg. Or this is now going to be her pants. So from here I will just go, I'm just going to select these polygons, delete or deselect those ones. Okay, so just like that. I'm going to hit delete on these ones because I want to go and apply symmetry to this now. Before I do that, I'm going to go to the front view and select all of those vertices and go make planar in the X, just to make sure that is straight. Okay, then edge mode, select one of the edges and apply a symmetry to that and flip. Okay, so now we can see that is looking good. What I'll also do, apply turbo smooth, 3 iterations, isoline display, and I'll unsolo this, and there we go. Now she has some pants. So if I was to quickly maybe make a new standard material, I'm going to just change this to a very dark gray maybe, and just apply that just so we can see it. Okay, and there we go, she has pants. Simple as that. So this is going to require some adjustment, so I'll go to my front view, editable poly mode, click on show in result. Just need to change this color quickly. Okay, so something just like that. Select these ones, and because we have symmetry applied, I can just push this over. Okay, what I can also do is maybe select this cap and go to F3. Just select that and just delete that. Okay, I'll go to vertex mode and that's looking fine. That should be fine. Okay, so you can go and adjust it a little bit more if you need to. I'm going to leave that. So here's also where you can go and maybe, this is like a very tight skinny jean maybe, so what I can do is I can go to edge mode, and then for example, let's say here at the bottom, I'm going to select these ones and go to connect, add one there in the middle, and with that one selected I can go to chamfer. Okay, take this, bring this a little bit closer, and maybe add an extra segment in there. Click OK. Then with this segment I can go to my scale tool, scale that in all directions. Okay, something like that. And then I can go to vertex mode and then take a few of these vertices and maybe bring that down a little bit. Take this one and push it up, and just start to shape that so you can see that this is now looking like actually supposed to go down a little bit, so it looks like it's resting on the shoe maybe, so something like that. Okay, so I'm just doing this really quickly. You can go and mess around with that on your character. So all you do, select one of these edges and chamfer it. Okay, so chamfer it, adding about 2 segments, and then you just select that middle one and scale it up. It's actually a little bit too thin. I'll just go to edge mode, select these ones, and then just push that up a little bit. Select this one, just push it out. then I'll select that one and scale it up, go to vertex mode and push that one up a little bit, take that, push that in. Okay, so just something like that, so you get the idea. So obviously this is a little bit too sharp and it looks kind of weird, but you get the idea, just to get that fold going. Okay, I think I actually have the character of mine. So here you can see, for example, here at the bottom, that's all I did. Okay, just a little bit softer, and yeah. Okay, so that is basically it. That's what you want to do if you are creating pants. And the same goes for the shirt. So for example, if she is wearing a shirt, so I'm going to go to my front view, select all of those ones, select control, and then drag over all of these ones. Okay, I can deselect the ones that I don't want. Okay, we'll give a little sleeve, and I'll alt click on these ones. Okay, so something like that. So you just need to go and select the ones where you actually want to have a shirt. So I can go, for example, I'll click on these ones and then give it like a V-neck type thing going. Okay, so all I do usually, shift click and drag it up just slightly. Okay, make a new object, deselect that, select the new object that we made, and just go effect pivot only, send it to object, deselect that, and then I'll just push that back down, apply a shell modifier. Okay, I might leave the same values actually, and let's just apply before I apply turbo smooth, I'm going to isolate this. Before I do that, after the shell modifier, right click, convert that again to an editable poly. Okay, and then I need to go and align all of these vertices. Make sure to highlight that. Alt click on that one, I do not want it. Okay, make sure I don't have anything else selected. Front view, and go make planar in the X, and then I'll just push that over a little bit. Okay. Ooh, forgot these ones. Okay, let's just go make planar again, front view, and just push that out. There we go. And I'll go to polygon mode, select one, shift click on the other one, and I want this thickness inside of the shirt, so make sure to deselect those ones. You only want to select the ones on the sides. Also want the thickness there at the bottom, just like that, and delete. Edge mode, select any one of those edges and apply symmetry and flip that, and there we go, we have a shirt. Now let's go and apply turbo smooth, few iterations, isoline display. Let's go unsolo that, and there we go, she has a shirt. Now editable poly, show end result, and just go and do some adjustments. We can see the one breast is kind of poking out there, so I need to go select this and just do some shaping on that. Or I think I know what the problem is this shirt, it's not exactly in the center. Look at the center line, it's not exactly in the center, so I'll just select my x-axis and push that over just so it lines up. There we go. That's looking good. Okay, so again, editable poly, vertex mode, and now I'll hit F3, and hell, I can't see anything. Let me go change this color. Change this to red. There we go. So I can select those vertices in there, and I can shape that. So push that out, push it up a little bit. Okay, take these ones, push it up, push it in, so just to get that. So maybe with the shirt, this is really a tight shirt that wraps around her breast, so what I might want to do is actually I'm gonna quickly do that. I'm gonna isolate this again. Okay, and what I think I'll do is I'll just select all of these. Yeah, so I'm going to select all of these and maybe just one by one just push them forward. Okay, so just one by one take that and just push them forward a little bit. Okay, I think actually before I actually apply the shell, I'll actually go and push these ones forward, because actually now I'm going to have to go and push them forward twice. So before you apply the shell, okay, be sure to get the the shape of your shirt. Okay, I actually forgot about that. So that's fine. I'll just ignore this extra one that I'm going to have, and then no one's going to see that, so I'll go and fix that later. So you just want to go, just shape that, push that forward a little bit. Okay, so something like that, and then I'll isolate that and activate symmetry and my turbo smooth. Okay, so that's looking a little bit better. I might need to go and do some further adjustment. Okay, take that part, select it, push it forward and up a little bit. Take these ones, push them forward. Okay, so just go ahead and just do some better shaping on that. So before you, like I said, before you apply the symmetry, you might want to go and do that. So this is just to give you the basic idea. So from here you can go and play with it yourself. Okay, so for example, like that. So now she's wearing a shirt. So always a good thing to work with the turbo smooth on, so you can actually see where your flaws are. So we go select this one, and F3. Yeah, there's a lot going on there. There's these ones over here. Okay, I'm just going to deselect that quickly and isolate that. So the problem is this one over here. Okay, so select that and bring that out. Okay, this one needs to be pushed back. Okay, and that's basically it. That's how you would create clothes. Okay, so as simple as that. So you just need to go select the polygons you want, and for example, push them up a little bit. That's just what I usually do. Shift click, just push them up just a little bit and detach them. So select the polygons, push them up, detach them, make them their own object shell, and adjust the shape first before you apply shell, or you can apply shell and then change the shape, but then before you right click and convert that into an editable poly again, you wanna get the shape done first. Okay, so again with the shirt now it's just a matter of playing around. So I'll select these polygons and then maybe drag them out a little bit, take this one, push that out. Okay, and if you are happy with the basic shirt shape, okay, so you more or less happy with the way that it looks, okay, because what you want to do with your characters, I'm not going to go and do all of that now, so just go and push them out a little bit and push them down just so it folds over the pants. Okay, same if you want to create a belt, you just select those polygons, the ones on the pants, and then shift click that, and then I can maybe inset that a little bit, or let me detach them first, so shift click and push it up, and then go select that, hierarchy, effect pivot only, center to object, and push that back, and then I can go to vertex mode and actually make that a little bit thinner if I wanted to, but I think that'll actually be cool. I can go apply that shell modifier and maybe go to vertex mode, shape it out a little bit, and then just go about doing that. So you can use the knowledge that you've obtained from that to go and mess around with that yourself. Okay, and that is basically it. So whenever you create clothes, what you always want to make sure of is whenever you adjust it, you obviously want to make sure that none of the body parts, so for example like that, okay, I don't want her butt to stick out. So also something that I usually do is I just go and apply a different material, okay, which is slightly darker, so that I can easily see if there's any part of the clothing that's actually sticking out, okay, because then you can easily see that, and then just go and adjust it. Okay, and that is basically creating clothes. So what I'm going to do now is create my clothes. Okay, so as you can see, I'm going to have to do quite a lot of work. The skirt, I'm going to be creating a box, same way I did the body, and then shape that around my character, and then apply a shell, and that's basically it. So this is how you would go about creating clothes. Okay, so I'm going to go fix that, and then I'll show you in the next lesson.